Looking for some fun things to do as a couple while you're in Virginia Beach, Virginia? Well, great news. I'm going to showcase my top 10 list of must-do activities in the city of Virginia Beach, Virginia for couples. And one thing I'll say about my list, I feel it's pretty unique compared to some of the other lists you may have seen out there online. As I promise you, none of my top 10 things include walking on the boardwalk. So my number 10 thing, it's not really going to come too much of a surprise for you. We are by the water in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You got the Atlantic Ocean on the east side. On the north side, you have the Chesapeake Bay. So take advantage of that and enjoy some water sports. You can rent jet skis down by the ocean front at the Rudy Inlet, or you can go up north into the Chesapeake Bay at the Lesnar Bridge. There's some options there to rent jet skis. You could go on a sunset dinner cruise, or you can even go fishing on a boat. My wife and I thoroughly enjoy fishing together. Whether we're catching anything or not, it's just a good quality time to spend with each other. The only downfall of that is most of those activities have to be done when it's in the warmer months, especially if you're renting a jet ski. You don't want to be renting a jet ski in the wintertime, and quite frankly, you're not going to find someone to rent you a jet ski in the wintertime. But my number 9 thing also includes the water, but it also includes being done in the wintertime, and that would be going on a dolphin cruise or a whale watching expedition. Dolphin cruises run year-round, same 2 locations I mentioned earlier. Whale watching in our area is operated by the Virginia Aquarium. It runs between December into the March during the cooler months, but you have the opportunity among other whale species to see the humpback whale, which they are massive, and that is a once-in-a-lifetime experience if you are able to see one. There are no guarantees when you go on these trips. They usually last about 3 or 4 hours. It's an incredible time, but definitely something fun to do as a couple while you're in Virginia Beach. So a couple weeks ago, my wife asked me, what did I want to do that evening? I told her I was fine with whatever she wanted to do. That was a huge mistake on my part, because as you can imagine, what we ended up doing was heading over to Home Goods and Target for some fun shopping, buying things we didn't need. So don't be me, and make sure you plan your adventures ahead of time so you both have fun when you're out as a couple. But my number 8 thing you can do, nothing says date night like going to see a movie. We have plenty of movie theaters in the city of Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I just want to call out Cinema Cafe. Cinema Cafe is a movie theater where not only do you get to see great movies, but you also get to have an in-service dining experience to include alcoholic beverages while you're watching the movie. So you have bar service and food service to take advantage of, and they have reclining seats and rocking chairs that are extremely comfortable. Within Virginia Beach, there's 2 locations you can choose from, and again, that is Cinema Cafe. When my wife and I first started dating many years ago, one thing we thoroughly enjoyed doing was going to the plays that were down in Norfolk and Virginia Beach. And Virginia Beach has an awesome location for viewing plays, and that would be the Sandler Center for Performing Arts. Not only can you go see plays there, there's national acts, whether it's comedy, ballets, musicals, or just concerts in itself. That is a great place to go as a couple, and it's in the town center area of Virginia Beach. All right, so moving on to number 6, and I will tell you number 6 and number 5 are a little related to each other, but they're not the same thing. But number 6 would be just to go enjoy some putt-putt golf activities. I mentioned to you, we're not going to talk about walking on the boardwalk. There is many locations in Virginia Beach to go putt-putt. 2 of the locations I want to call out, one is near the boardwalk. That would be Jungle Golf. Jungle Golf has been around for many years. Great place to go, whether you just like having fun doing putt-putt, but they also have arcade there. In the summertime, it does get a little crowded. It is open year-round, so it's not something that you have to do in the summertime. As we have some pretty mild winters here, nothing says more fun than competitive putt-putt golf with you and your significant other. Another location I really enjoy going to, I don't really know that many people know about it. It's not on the beach, it's about 15 minutes from the beach, and that would be Lynn Haven Golf Park. Lynn Haven Golf Park, not only do they have putt-putt, they have batting cages, they have a driving range, and they have some arcade inside as well. All right, so I said they were related in my number 5 thing. It's not putt-putt golf, but it does have somewhat to do with golf. And we have a location in Virginia Beach, Virginia, a national chain called Top Golf. I'm sure you're familiar with it. If not, check it out. Top Golf is an awesome place to go for having a good time. Not only does Top Golf have the driving range with their interactive games, they do have a full service bar with some great food and awesome drinks. And during the weekends, they do play some live music occasionally. And this is another location, regardless of what time of year it is, especially on the weekend, it does get a little crowded. So what I would tell you is make sure you make reservations. And currently on Tuesday nights, it's actually half off. So check that out. I can tell you, my wife could care less about golf, but we have a great time when we go to Topgolf together. So hopefully you've already found some places on your next date night that you plan to attend. We still have 4 left. If you're getting any value out of this video, really appreciate it. Just do me a favor and hit that like button down below. Also, if you're curious about things in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but you know nothing about the city, take a look at the video I did here on the pros and cons of living in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And let's go ahead and get into number 4. All right, so I'll be honest with you. My number 4 must-do activity for the Virginia Beach, Virginia is actually something I've never done. But based on everything I've heard from all my friends and the reviews I've read online, I definitely feel it's something you must do if you're in the city of Virginia Beach, and that would be visiting Tribal Axe off of Virginia Beach Boulevard. Tribal Axe is a location where you're able to throw axes at targets. I'm sure you've seen it. It's one of the latest crazes sweeping the country. It's a great time for all involved. Everywhere I've read, everybody's had an awesome time, whether it's spending time with friends, but most importantly, as a date night. This location here also has a full-service bar, similar to Topgolf. Again, I have personally not been to Tribal Axe yet. Definitely gonna have to make it was one of the next things my wife and I do. But based on everything I hear, and I've heard a lot from people about it, it's something you don't wanna miss. All right, so we're down to the top 3 must-do activities while you're in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And one thing you've probably heard me say quite a few times here is full-service bars. So it's no surprise as my number 3 thing is gonna include some alcohol, and that would be enjoying the brewery scene that we have currently growing in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I would take your date on this, but make sure you're responsible when you're going to these breweries, because I personally, when going to these breweries, I enjoy going to multiple breweries. So make sure you get an Uber or definitely someone who's a designated driver for you. But just a couple of breweries I wanted to call out: Back Bay Farmhouse on Kempsville Road, Pleasure House Brewing on Pleasure House Road, Wasserhound Brewery, which actually has 2 locations now, but the original one there in Laskin Road is the one I like to go to. Literally over 10 different breweries that I can think of off the top of my head right now, and many more coming. With many cities in Hampton Roads, breweries are really becoming a thing. And going like on a pub crawl at the breweries would be my number 3 date night activity. All right, we're down to number 2, and actually I will be honest with you, the next 2 I think are something you might already know a little bit about, but my number 2 must-do activity while you're in Virginia Beach, Virginia would be to go to the Virginia Beach Aquarium. Actually, it's called the Virginia Aquarium now. This is a great aquarium to go to. It's just been expanded. There's actually 2 separate buildings where you can go see sharks, sea otters, seals. As I mentioned, you can go there to go on the Dolphin cruise or the whale watching cruise. There's an IMAX theater. There's actually a ropes climbing section. A lot of activities you can do at the Virginia Aquarium. This is another one that does tend to get pretty crowded, especially on the weekends or during the summer times, because you want to plan your trip so you can really enjoy a good 2 to 3 hours, in my opinion, at the aquarium. It's not necessarily a great date night trip because it's not open at nighttime, but it is something to go on for an adventure as a couple, as there are so many activities there to learn from. Okay, so we're down to my number 1 thing, must-do activity to do in Virginia Beach, Virginia. If we could please get a drum roll. I know I said it had nothing to do with the boardwalk, and it does not have anything to do with the boardwalk, but it does have something to do with the beach, and that would just be going on a walk along the beach, preferably Sandbridge Beach. Not the oceanfront. You can have a fun time down at the oceanfront, walking on the oceanfront, but for a much less crowded beach, head a little further south into Sandbridge in the Pungo area. Unlike the oceanfront, this is a very peaceful, quiet beach. In the summertime, when I say it gets a little crowded, that is much less crowded than the oceanfront, just because there's practically nowhere to park at Sandbridge, as it is more centered towards the vacation homes themselves versus there is no hotels down at the Sandbridge area. You won't be disappointed when you walk on Sandbridge Beach, whether you're looking for seashells or just enjoying the time outside. Nothing says date night like a stroll on the beach, walking hand in hand. If you can only do one thing while you're in Virginia Beach, Virginia, you got to go to Sandbridge. And if you're finding out that you really know nothing about the city of Virginia Beach, Virginia, take a look at this video I did here that kind of explains some of the overall pros and cons of living in the city, but also some of the costs associated with living in the city. And until the next time, I will see you on the next video.